目を光らせていると心せよと。
ほーん。昨日散々ビビり散らしていたヘッポコ騎士に何ができるにゃ。
うるさいぞ。ヘッポコ度合いならフリオ殿に2度も返り討ちされた貴殿だって相当なものだろ。
にゃー。それは言うなよにゃー。
All right, friends, we are on episode number 10 of Chilling in Another World, and this episode was definitely focused all around Billy Rosa, and, well, this episode was focused on the Demon Lord, and it was focused on Billy Rosa. Really, it is Billy Rosa kind of getting over her anxiety, her prejudice towards demons, and it totally makes sense, right? If you think about a world where conflict has been going on between these seemingly two races for as long as you can remember, and maybe your parents and your grandparents remember, you know, if it's just been going on for so long, and even when conflict has been resolved, it started up once again. It just kind of makes sense that there's that divide, right? Now, unlike our world where, sure, there's certain conflicts that have gone on between, you know, certain countries, and certain countries kind of hate another country, but then they kind of quell for world peace, and then maybe it sparks up again. It's a little different because it's not like race-based all the time. Now, there are some, you know, some things where, you know, it's all about color for whatever reason, or beliefs, or, you know, there are certain times in history where it has very much been about race. But because we're all humans here, we don't have to deal with any beast kind or demon kind or like literal different race, like different version or different types of people, right? We don't have to deal with like I'm gonna use my my Todoroki. We don't have to deal with, you know, a penguin race or something like that. So if that makes sense, you know, so in this world, obviously there's a plethora of different, you know, different people. There's the demons, and then there's kind of like what's weird about the world too. Actually, now that I'm starting to think about it, is it seems like the beast folk here kind of fall under demons in a way. But really, they're their own people. So there's humans, and then there's everything not humans. And it seems like everything not human, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, kind of falls under the demon umbrella. But that's not really true, because like this episode, we got to see like a Minotaur dude. We got to see like a cockatrice dude. There's also the Nyao Nyao girl, which she's kind of like, she's a beast girl. She's like, you know, half kitty or something like that. And then there was that lady who maybe she was like a Medusa type thing. So there's like a lot of different races that kind of fall under the umbrella of demons, but they're not necessarily demons, if that makes sense. I guess I'm just kind of putting that together in my head as I'm speaking right now. But anyways, this episode is all about, you know, Billy Rosa kind of coming over some of those prejudices that she has, basing her overcoming of that on her own experience with Reese, right? Like she mentions like, oh, well, there's no way I can despise or not like you, Reese, because I've seen you in all kinds of situations, and, you know, she's lived with her, and like she's gotten to know her, and when she thinks of Reese, she doesn't think of demon, she thinks of Reese. And I love that she had that awakening, because that kind of bring her back into dealing with, you know, how Fleo deals with the Demon Lord of like, not, he's the Demon Lord, sure, or former now Demon Lord, and that's his title, but he deals with him as he would any other person, and he bases his liking or not liking the person based off that personal experience. Like I think we all should in the world, right? I think that, you know, not everybody is the same. That's the beautiful thing about existing, is we're all different, and you should really base whether you like, dislike, get along or not with, based on your own experience with that individual, not by secondhand somebody else saying something, not by you should based on these arbitrary, but your own experience, and I think that's the most beautiful way to live through life. And I think that's the way most children, in fact, I don't want to get too deep because I'm gonna get far away from the anime, but that's the way most children live through life. If you ever notice kids, like they don't see anything that adults get defiled by. They just kind of experience something and then they base them liking or not liking a thing or a person or an event based off their own experience. And I think that's the way we all really should be, is you should never have an idea or a conception going into something. You should always experience it and decide if you like it or not based off that. And that includes people, that includes food, that includes roller coasters, anything. Anyways, so getting back to the show, it was all focused on Billy Rosa overcoming, and my nose is so effing goddamn itchy. So if you see me just sorry. But this is all about Billy Rosa overcoming that anxiety and that prejudice. And I think she kind of like got to a point where she told the Demon King and Nya girl, I forget what her name is. I don't know what either of their name is. I keep forgetting. But she told him like, hey, basically, I'll be watching you. And he was like, yeah, cool. The Demon Lord was real cool with it. Obviously, the Demon Lord he got a hard on for Billy Rosa. And Billy Rosa was already had a vision of her marrying the Demon Lord, which is like, yo, when's that gonna happen, yo? But the Demon Lord's real cool. But he's like, yeah, cool. Yeah, we'll shake hands when you deem it like we're on the same page. And I love that. It's like, don't judge me by someone's words, judge me by my actions. And it's like, yeah, that's cool peoples. The next thing was the Demon Lord obviously, flicking his ring, and obviously way more powerful than his brother, but basically giving his demon lordshipness to his brother. And before he did it, he talked to his subordinates. He was like, so you all think I'm a fool. You all think that the stuff I've been doing is incorrect and wrong. And everyone's pretty much silent, but silence means yes in a way. And everyone's basically like, yeah. He's like, all right, if you all are so foolish to believe that the decisions I'm making for the betterment of our race and our territory is so foolish, I'll let a different fool be at the throne. And he did. He flicked it to his brother, and he went, ba-ba. And his brother went, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. He effed him up. So I really love that scene as well. I thought that was a really, really cool scene. But next week, it seems that we're going to get a spa episode. Is that what they call them? Spa hot spring episode. Looks like we're going to get next week. So that should be fun. I don't like how they're putting that kind of fan service at the end, because we only have 2 more episodes left. But hopefully that it still moves the the semi plot here forward, and hopefully we get to move towards a fulfilling end of this show. But overall, I love this episode. I thought this episode was badass. I thought this episode was really good. I saw my girl Hia for only a little bit. And then the end of the episode, effing funny. The blonde hero and his maid or servant or whatever, like, they're just hilarious. They obviously, they dipped from the demon place because of what happened. But they also jacked him. They stole him. They stole from the demons. And then they obviously stole something that they shouldn't have touched. Because it was emitting some, like, nasty-ass aura. So, anyways, I thought that was... he's just a fool. It's just so funny. And I literally was, like, cackling at the end of the episode. So, all right, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments below. And I'll see you, my friend, next week for episode 11. All right? Peace.